Yeah, we're live. Who do you have here? Let me take a moment and share this on the thing. Let me share it on Twitter. Wrong, guys. Oh, it's on Twitter right now. Yeah, who is joining us? Who's the first person joining us? Yeah. Good evening, brothers and sisters. Good evening from Istanbul. It's a minute past 11 p.m. Turkish time. Thanks, guys, for joining. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining. Who else is here? Your name and where you're joining us from. Please, I want this one to be an interactive one because I think Nigerians are beginning to wake up, or should I say, events are happening that is supposed to make Nigerians to begin to wake up to what's really going on in Nigeria and how the ruling class really don't care about anyone but themselves. Their interests and the interests of the people are not the same. Never. You know, they do accuse many people, many Nigerians do accuse Igbo people of being too reactionary. Rose, welcome. Or being too reactionary or making noise, the normal cliche. Right now, the Yorubas are beginning to find out that even the members of their ruling class are willing to put the security of their people on the line over the promise of a presidential position. Yeah. Have you seen it? I remember the issue of Ruga. When it started, if the people didn't rise up, the governors were already going to give a go ahead. Now I'm not against any people. People who've listened to me or people who know me know that I don't care about the tribe you're coming from. You just have to be realistic. See, Fulani people are not all these Fulani farmers that have all these cattle. They don't want problems in the community in those communities that are staying. Because if they leave those communities, they will have to walk miles and miles and miles. Do you think they love walking like that? No. And there's no road. So they'll have to suffer. You actually think that they will want to do something that will endanger the community that gave them a safe place to stay? In every place in Igbo land, we have Amausa this, Amausa that. That's Ruga. That's what it is. But because of the danger of terrorism that is crippling the entire West Africa, they are using these fake groups they are creating, with which they are destabilizing the entire West Africa, the place that is supposed to be the richest region in the whole world, by far, by a lot. Now they are using these things to keep us busy. Terrorism, our own brothers and sisters, brainwashed with a 7th century ideology from Saudi Arabia. Now you are not going to take that risk and put those people there, because it's through them that these people will arise, and at the end of the day, you destabilize the entire place. So we didn't want the Ruga, but the governors wanted to sign it. Why? They are trying to pander to Abuja to show them, hey, we are going to keep maintaining the system. We're already benefiting from the system. We all are oil well owners. They all have concessions, various concessions to national properties, natural resources. The name is how it should be is literally in the name, natural resource. It shouldn't be controlled by a person. And if any government is not strong enough to control the resources in that country, then they shouldn't be there in the first place. They shouldn't be there in the first place. Laura joining us from Sudan. That's nice. That's rich. Are you seeing it? So as long as they are benefiting from the system, their own needs are different from the needs of the masses. You will keep preaching it. There is a reason they are attacking Pan-Africanism, because the truth is only found in Pan-Africanism, which is the unity of the races. The real unity in diversity is what? You all unite against the ruling class. We don't care whether this person is from the north, east, west, or south. I hold my own people responsible. You hold your own people responsible. Then the power will weaken. They are united at the top while we are not at the bottom. It's only when a poor man wants to get married, they begin to ask whether this one is a Protestant, is the other one Catholic or a Pentecostal. And heavens forbid the person becomes someone from a different religion. That would be hellfire, the flood of hell. The gate of hell will be blown open. But the daughter of Nigeria's vice president, a Christian, married a Muslim, and no one even said something about their religion. Just to show you that these people, they don't even believe in what they are telling you. It's for position, for power. It's for power. The southwest of Nigeria is under threat. In fact, they are at a bigger threat than the southeast, because at least these soldiers, these military guys in the southeast, their presence is even scaring those Boko Haram this thing away. Let me tell you the truth. Those Nigerian soldiers, they hate those Boko Haram people. Do you know how many of their friends they've killed? Many of them were lobbying, paying to be sent to the east. A lot of them you see there are not there to intimidate you. In fact, they just want to live in peace. They don't want that operation to end because they are safe there. And you think they will leave these Boko Haram guys where they see them? No. And that way, we are benefiting from an evil position they put us. But the southwest, look at their borders. Benue State is on their door. Kogi State is on their door. Edo State is pushing them hard. If they move from Edo State, where are they going to? If they don't go to Kogi, they will follow Ondo. Then they will be before you know it, it will be in Ibadan. It will be in Ibadan. And if Ibadan falls, so would Lagos. There is a possibility. I'm not saying that will happen, but there is a possibility of that happening. There is a huge possibility of that happening. And are you going to take the risk? They are already trying to destabilize Nigeria further. Why? Europe is boiling. If Africa is stabilized in this nonsense that is happening in Europe, come on, they will lose power. Your president don't even know this. He thinks he is trying to avoid the proliferation of arms, which is what every ruling class of Africa fears. They don't want an armed population. You cannot control an armed population. That's why America has not fallen like Europe. Every other thing happening in Europe has happened in America, only their guns remaining. That's why when there's someone on on meth or anything, any other hard substance that they are pumping into their children in the name of medication. When they go, one person go and kills maybe 7, 8 people, it will be everywhere in the whole news. Oh, American, this thing, gun violence, this and that, that. Do you know how many people that died in Chicago last week? In fact, every weekend, every Sunday, check Chicago shooting. Let me tell you, I've not checked the one of last week, but let me just show you something. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Okay. Wait, let me come back and show you people something. Let me share the screen. Just watch here. I'm trying to type in Chicago shooting. You see here, or at the top is Chicago shooting. Chicago shootings 2019. Chicago shootings weekend. Let's just try only on weekend. Weekend alone. 5 killed, 42 wounded in weekend shooting. Watch it. When was this posted? I can't see the date. But watch this. At least 3 killed, 7 injured the weekend. Are you seeing these things? Watch. Watch. 38 shot, 5 fatally at Chicago weekend gun violence. Are you seeing it? 6 killed, 24 wounded. But you will not see this in any of their mainstream media. But kill 4 people at a church or something. Watch how you will hear news of mass shootings, mass shootings. These are mass shootings. And most of the victims are blacks, killed mostly by blacks. They will ignore this. Illegal guns. But in places where you have legal guns, these things don't happen. There will be security. And governments don't want an armed population. They know that with the regional security apparatus, before you know it, it will give rise for a call for regional police. And now when you have a regional police, you don't tell a region how they will fund and arm their police. They will arm their police and even move it to a paramilitary. Do you see that gradually the British system will collapse? Gradually the system will collapse. And one more thing, when you see people forming these organizations, other ones will come in the guise of protecting their neighborhoods. Everyone will be armed. Everyone will be armed. Now, when you are armed, do you think an idiot will come and cause violence in your neighborhood on election day? Do you think there is an INEC official stupid enough to not announce the real result at the polling booth? Do you think there is enough police, enough military in Nigeria to take the risk of being in every street? How many polling units do we have in Nigeria? How many members of Nigerian army do we have? If everyone is armed, how are they going to send those people in all the places? Now you see what they are avoiding. And Tinubu is willing to sacrifice the lives of his people over an ambition he is not even sure that he would realize. The gain of being the president of Nigeria is super strong. If a smart person controls the Nigerian presidency, he has leverage over Boris Johnson. Because Boris Johnson is a nobody. You deal directly with the people at the Council of Foreign Relations. And those are the people that write the foreign policy of the British establishment, of the British government. Most members of most MPs in the UK don't even know where Nigeria is on a map. But everyone at the Chatham House knows this. They know the story and how they sent the first person. They know how Geo Halliburton was coming to take slaves there, how they were funding tribes to fight each other. They know every history. They know your history more than you. When the president is dealing with that type of person, a smart president, do you know what power, the type of power that person wields? Why do you think Obasanjo looks so powerful? Why do you think Buhari has more stranglehold on Nigeria, on the neck of Nigerians than Jonathan ever did? Are you seeing it? Tinubu is willing to sacrifice the safety of millions of people. Now, I want those Yoruba people to feel a taste of what Igbo businessmen are feeling in Lagos as a result of what Tinubu is doing. They thought he's going to be their protector. Who told you? Who the hell is he? He said nobody. He just has state power assigned to him because he has the massive support. Now, do you see that the person you are worshiping is the person who's supposed to be pleading with you people to be at his back? Always stand behind him so these people will know that he has a crowd. Now, I'm happy see, this thing he just did. He doesn't even understand the enormity of this thing. He will pay dearly for this. He will pay dearly for it. And maybe, just maybe, it will lead the Yoruba people to start asking themselves the hard questions. Whether they've not. Soon they will start going back to history to check who these their so-called heroes really are. When some Igbo people insult Nnamdi Azikiwe, yeah, it's not just because of the Biafran war. No, Zik was corrupt. He was a tool of these people. And they said that Igbo people don't have respect, this and that. Meanwhile, Yoruba people are worshiping Awolowo. Do you know who that man was? Saying it is not anti-Yoruba, it is anti-Awolowo and the role he played in what's happening in Nigeria today. Maybe you people will start going back to ask yourself the real question. And the only person who is supposed to be benefiting from this is still in prison. Omoyele Sowore. He doesn't have freedom. He's not free. If he's free, let him at least leave Abuja for his hometown. Let him go see his mother. He can't step outside of Abuja. He is in a glorified prison. And he's not even allowed to address journalists. A public figure, someone who is going to be involved in the political process. Now you know why none of the Yoruba so-called leaders, elders, said something about his imprisonment. When we tell you that he is a threat to them, you think it's a joke? You think it's a joke? They have nothing on him. Maybe people will start waking up. Maybe people will start waking up and start understanding what's going on. They're all sellers. There's no hero in Nigeria. I keep saying it. I don't have too much of a standard, please. Don't call me a perfectionist. I just want you to be normal, just like me. I'm a normal person. I'm judging them by common sense. I've not even gone deep into their personal characters. I'm talking about the things they did with their offices and how they magnified themselves as gods in the minds of the people. From school and everything, social studies, all these books, go and check it. Why do you think they are building libraries in your schools? You think they are building libraries that will inform you that they are actually controlling you on behalf of the British? Do you really think that? All these foundations, all these funds, educational funds, education, please quote that education. You think they are setting those funds up to educate you on what's really actually going on? Are you serious? I can tell you that there are many Agberos in Lagos Island, in Mushin, all those places, All those hotspots he controls in Lagos, he used to control the people. I can tell you that there are many of them who are now rethinking their allegiance to him. The National Union of Road Transport Workers, Lagos State, many people now, many factions of them will be rising. If Ambode wasn't a bitch, this is time he should capitalize. Link up with Fashola. Tinubu don't like Fashola. Fashola don't like him either. And both of them have the same ambition. Fashola is willing to be a VP to anyone. Tinubu is not. Both of them are not friends. And the only thing the ruling class of Lagos State agrees on is this, that Tinubu has to go. That thing he did to Ambode, he woke them all up. He woke them up. Just watch, it's going to come. Maybe I'm too optimistic, but I've seen this happen. I wonder about it. I said that, oh, I wish that those Facebook accounts are on. I will be pulling out posts and telling people, didn't I tell you? It will come for them. Justice, and it will be swift. Do you know this thing that is, people should not let this die down. Capitalize on this. AAC, Revolution Now, every show follower. Forget PDP, whatever they are saying. Femi Fani-Kayode, he is a psychopath. That guy can say anything for power. That guy can lick the ass of any person that will give him a position. Other movements, grassroots movement, capitalize on this. When something like this happens in Yoruba, you will fracture the setup of Nigeria as it is, which needs serious fracturing. If it happens, believe me, Edo will join, Kogi will join, Benue will join. Now we find out that the entire South and North Central will be boiling. Now, how long do you think it will continue before the masses of the Northeast and Northwest rise up against their ruling class? What do you think will happen then? It doesn't need a gun. This is the reason they want to stop social media. They want to ban people on social media. NTA will tell you rubbish. Channels, all these people, AIT, nonsense. Tune in. It's either pro-Tinubu or anti-Tinubu. But nothing for pro-people, nothing for pro-toppling the powers that be. These guys are not going to change. No. They all need to go. It's events like this we pray for. Other hour of chaos is not a bad word at all, believe me. If you know how to use it, it's a double-edged sword. Wield it well and it will work good for you. We create a new order from the ashes of this chaos. Because it's going to happen. Look at France. What's going on? Brexit is going to fracture Europe the more. Do you actually think that the Italians and the Germans will be bearing the burden of the European Union? No, Germany is broke. Germany is big. People say that Germany is the one carrying the European Central Bank. Guess what? Germany is broke. Deutsche Bank is broke. They dare not put it on media. Now, how do you think these guys will be looking at Britain when they will be taking things in Nigeria? No, they want a court. Then it will be difficult. What do you think will happen? They will start broadcasting what's going on in Africa. They will all get their share or no one gets a share. People in Chatham House are not sleeping over. See, Abuja is not your capital. Buhari is currently in the capital city of Nigeria, which is London. which is London. They are panicking. This will lead to true federalism. This insecurity. We stand a chance at establishing a true federalism through this insecurity. It's going to work in our favor. All those Boko Haram, whatever nonsense you are seeing, is not going to last for more than next 7 years. Believe me. The Middle East is wrapping up. People in Mali are rising against the French. The French are the ones they are using to siphon weapons to all these Boko Haram. Meanwhile, the Americans are very devil people. They are involved in it. All the guns they ship to Syria, they are not shipping them back to Libya to fight, and they are going to resolve that issue before they expand all those weapons. Those weapons will now flood back into Africa. Burkina Faso, do you know what's going on there? All these safe houses, Islamic safe houses that are breaking in northern Nigeria, who do you think those people are? What language do they speak? The same language these herdsmen they are catching that don't speak any Nigerian language speak. Same language. So you don't know. How else do I need to make it for you to understand it? All that nonsense is going to create a situation where the people will have to defend themselves. They will have no other choice. And no reasonable person will stand against it. Then if the people are going to defend themselves, that means Nigeria is going to be free. And freedom means what? The people are already angry. Imagine Nigerians that burn people for stealing things that are not even worth 5,000 naira. Imagine what will happen to this political class when they've lost power. They all have to move abroad for the rest of their lives. They are not going to come back at all. They know what they've done. All the killings. Do you know how many mass killings we've had in Nigeria? Government sanctioned. Like, I mean the open government sanctioned, not the secret government. The open, the government of your country, do you know how many killings they've sanctioned? From 1999 till now. Do you think that the families of the victims of the Odi massacre have healed? A community nearly wiped out? What of Zaki Biam? Yeah? What about Onisha in 2006? This Mazop issue. What they are doing to IPOB is not even up to 10% of what happened to Mazop guys. In many places, people sanction these killings. The oil you and I own, people will begin to understand what has been, and it's going to be dangerous for them. That's why they are doing everything. They'll keep you busy with rubbish things. They are just jostling for who will be the overseer of the slave plantation. Their needs are not yours. No matter how Boko Haram attack Borno State, they will not enter GRA. No matter how Boko Haram attack Lagos State, Banana Island will be safe. Check these so-called terrorist attacks. How many of them are happening around rich men's areas? What's good for you, for them is not good for you. Being payment money, guess what government don't have money. They've started. I think they've started on this YouTube channel too. They've started. For the first YouTube guy. Please help me spread this message. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't and turn on the notification bell. There's no guarantee they won't take this down. This one down too. Please, how many times do I post on Instagram? Yeah, the audio is breaking up. It's them. They've come. It's the AI. It's something has triggered the AI. The algorithm. Something has triggered it. So you may be noticing problems in audio or video. On the audio or the video, you will be noticing problems. There are names I will start mentioning now, and this young channel will be taken down. Go figure. Go figure. They are afraid. They have no power. Those guys that are not strong, they can't do jack shit. They can't do jack squash. Believe me. They only rely on the ignorance of the people. Every power they possess, you gave them. Some of you are there shouting, upon all the tax I'm paying. Do you have a choice? Who are you paying that tax to? Where is the government? Your fellow human beings. All of a sudden, a non-entity, a failed school teacher, school principal, how is a professor? This professor, what have you done? What have you contributed to the country? Tell me how many smart kids you've graduated. What? These things you people are churning out. This mass production graduates. This Chinese plastic. And the person will be made a minister to control something that affects the lives of millions of people. And you dare not say something against him that, and then they will use the police that they use our own money to pay. It's by our consent. Stop obeying. It's time to disobey. Stop obeying. I'm not a violent person. Believe it or not, no matter what people talk about me, I just know how to wield violence. Violence is an essential tool in a free society. If you are not willing to deploy it, believe me, you will be a slave forever. Being violent is not necessarily bad. It's how you use it. I'm actually a peaceful person, but I pursue peace through strength. It's time to start taking this power away from these people. Stop obeying. Disobey. It's necessary. It's necessary right now. Tell them you will not comply, refuse to comply. There is no reason people, idiots, they talk like, what has Tinubu done? Tell me. What has he, show me a single thing he has actually achieved, he has actually done. Do you know the properties he has in Nigeria and outside of Nigeria? Who gave him those? I'm happy those people are waking up now. They've been serving as an attack dog for the person that is destroying them. Now that they are going to wake up, believe me, whether I like it or not, they are going to wake up. He has lost the respect of many of these Agberos. I know how all those Alaye do. I know how those people do. They are not loyal to people who are not loyal to them. Believe me, they work with more unity and harmony than teachers, than even policemen. Go and check if any of their member dies. Go and see how they are burying the person. They will all tax each other and go come that place that day and do everything, cook, do it. Maybe we are going to see a realignment. All those forces that were working against the people have now taken the red pill. They are now we are going to see whether they will use the same vigor with which they protect these people against them. And if they do it, believe me, these people will be done for. That's my take. That's my take. Thank you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I thank you so much. Oloye, Jagaban, I thank you so much for showing your hands, for showing your people who you are. Now they understand what people in trade fair are suffering in Dumota and all those people. All those Tinubu taxes they are paying. Don't think you call Lagos State taxes, they are Tinubu taxes. And the Yoruba people don't even know that the Lagosians are the one paying those taxes, not even the traders, because the traders will do what? Hike the price of their products. Yes. And you ordinary person that was supporting Tinubu will be the one to pay it. And then that now, okay, we'll be in the shop laughing. Look at these two many people. They think they have sense. Yes. He has made his money. Why do you think the more you attack them, they keep making the money, they keep becoming rich? They're not going to pay that thing from their own pocket. It's the same people that supported that Tinubu that will still pay it. Now it will begin to ring bell in their heads. My sister said, I hope so. I'm tired of living in America. I want to live in a decent Nigeria. Believe me, I want to live in Nigeria. I wouldn't trade Nigeria for any other place. Man, it's only in Nigeria that sometimes after rain, you just enter your car, lower the window, play nice songs, and drive. You smell you just smell the air, the living air. The type of air you breathe in around Nigeria, like when you are in a clean city, the trees, everything. After, just go to your village. After the rain, just come outside. That this air that breathes life into you. Where else are you going to see it? It's until I came abroad that I know that avocado is a delicacy. Things we are bad, we are not even using. And when you get to holistic healing, you find out that you are even living in a place where Emzo has no business existing. All these big pharmaceuticals, they have no business in Nigeria because everything you need is there within you, within reach. If Nigeria has a decent economy, believe me, I will live to 90 and be very healthy, very strong, running. Because all the foods I will be eating is just there, natural, homegrown. You know what you're putting into your body, and it will serve as medicine to you too. Now you don't have to go broke because you had one illness. Sickness is one of the causes of poverty in Nigeria. Don't you know? Sickness is one of the causes of poverty. Imagine a businessman that is taking a cancer treatment. Yeah? Imagine a businessman. How much do you have? How much is your medication taking you? And most of all those things are consequences of what we've eaten over the years. Big man's food. What is big man's food? Junk. In Nigeria, big men eat corned beef. At abroad, big men don't touch those things. Even the owners of those things, they have their farms at home. They have private farms where they grow their own food and animals. You call it big man food. That is why you have big man sickness. Home is, please, we'll dedicate topic for another day. Just dedicate 1 hour on it and talk about health and how you're going to beat poverty by living healthy. We'll talk about these things. Guys, thank you for joining me. I don't know if anyone has a contribution to make. You can send a link. Wait, I copied the link in. You can click on the link here. I just sent you a link. You can click on the link and send me an invite. You go and give us your own contribution or question. I just want us to be having interactive this. I don't want to be sitting here like a lecturer. We've done the lecturing on Facebook. I believe the people here should be mature enough to come and do their own contribution. Mazi, do you know that the Chinese now have a egusi and obon? Oh, don't even go there. To fear. To fear. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Just the reality we are living. The reality we are living. My brothers and sisters, we are going to topple this system. Believe me, it's not going to last long. The leg that are standing on Europe, the powers of Europe, is shaking, is quaking. They are already falling in the Middle East. They are cutting and running. Joy will be equal. Yeah. Joy, turn on the notification bell. See, if you can't turn on the notification bell, unsubscribe from the channel, subscribe again, then hit the bell. Put it in on all. Let me accept John. Put it in all notification. Hello, my brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, one
Adema, good evening.
Please, everybody that is watching, forgive me. I'm still in Nigeria. You know, where you have to pay for NEPA, you can't get the service you paid for.
Kai, man.
At least you can hear my voice and see my shadow.
Yeah, we can.
And thank God, self, heat. No one let me wear clothes. So let me just. All right. Just a quick one.
Mm-hmm.
You see this thing now that is happening. There is a part where you said that it is the people who are paying for the damages given to traders in the name of taxing.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is funny because as an Igbo man, you know what is in business. Before I will tell you the price, I've calculated how much the whole expenses.
Yes.
I've put the total amount I buy the product, how much my shop is costing me, how much NEPA is costing me, even my sales boys, how much they are eating every day in the shop.
Oh.
I will now press my calculator, divide it by 30 as 1 month. Then I will now put it on top the whole product. If you don't want to buy, you go. And where I'm buying is also where most people are buying. So there's no way that I'm going to put maybe 3,000 and another person is putting 1,000.
It's not possible.
Unless the person wants to go to the village.
Immediately.
So since it is like that, all of us are going to suffer it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and who are the people who are going to suffer it? The same people who voted.
Tinubu. Yes.
Or the the same people that allowed others to vote for them.
Mhm.
You know, there was this thing that happened during this last election whereby you know, this issue of Nnamdi Kanu telling this IPOB not to vote, and at the 11th hour, the thing they were allowed to, you know, they couldn't vote because they don't have
PVC. Hello. Oh, Nigerian network. I think he had a point he was making then. Let's wait for him. No. Guys, I think the network has ended it for us there. We lost our brother. We hope he comes on next time and contribute more. Thank you everyone for joining me. Please help me share this on Facebook and invite your friends and family to subscribe. Please just invite one person, only one person. Let me grow this page to 1,000. Then leave every other thing to me. Then I'll start promoting it, streaming on mobile devices. And I have some documentary works I'm working on. Now we have to go underground. They will even beg us to come back on Facebook, because what will be hitting them from behind the scene, they don't know. They've not seen it before. They will even prefer that we come online and be telling them what we are planning. So my people, thank you for joining me once again this cool evening. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that, and if you have done that, turn on the notification bell. Share it across the social media platform, across all social media platforms. So some of our people who are supposed to get this message will get it. Help me and do this. Let's fight this battle together. Let's continue on this journey. Believe me, if we keep going this way, we're going to win. Victory will be assured at the end of the day. Thanks. Uhuru.